Hey guys, welcome back to the channel for another video. Not really an expected one this, but I've had a bit of an issue, just started today actually, where the setting 4 on the heater controls. Setting 4 on the heating controls hasn't been working. So, for whatever reason, hot or cold, it didn't matter, nothing was coming out. So what I've done is I've taken the CD player out and I've checked the wiring behind the actual thing. I'll show you, behind the actual dial, I'll show you that in a second. There can be a couple of different issues with it. Sometimes it's the wiring on the side where the dial is, sometimes it's over by the resistor motor, the wiring can burn out and that sort of thing. And other times you might need a new resistor. Fortunately, I've just checked through it all. I'm not going to need a new resistor, but I will show you guys where it is and how to get that out, so you know in future how to do it. But yeah, so we're just gonna I'm going to talk you through what I've just found out and how I figured out how to sort it. But yeah, so we'll just go into that and I'll talk you through the wiring at first anyway. But yeah, it's not very easy. Just ignore half the wiring in here because it's all for the touchscreen that we've installed. But underneath this blue one there is, let me just put the torch on. Underneath this blue wire, you might be able to see there's a little black five cables that go into a little black plug just there. So all you're going to want to do with that is just check for any damage to the wires. You might even want to get a voltmeter out and just check that there is actually power getting to that. But yeah, so 1, 2 and 3 usually, if it's a resistor motor, will have gone. But surprisingly they were working. It was just 4 that wasn't working. So I followed the wiring round, the wiring loom round, and we've got down into the passenger footwell. If you don't know where the resistor motor is, I will show you it in a second. But yeah, so what we have down in the passenger footwell, we're going to need I think it's a T25, I think. Oh, no, sorry, T20 screwdriver. One here, just one to the left of it, and then ignore the wiring. There's one more right there, partially loose on mine, and a little clip on the opposite side just here that needs pushing up. Nice and easy, just push that up. But yeah, so we're just going to take those off. So take that off, this one off, just bend this plastic trim round and pull this plastic trim down, just so we can get a bit of access to it a bit easier. So sorry if that wasn't a very clear video, but what we've done is one screw, and just a clip. So now that's out, all we have to do is, as a matter of fact actually, we don't even need to move this one. We probably could have got away with just removing this one. This is what we're working with, just up here. So what I've found is, just check the wiring on this side as well, but I've just nudged it a little bit. Hit some quite nasty speed bumps earlier, so the wiring might have just come a little bit loose on mine, and for some reason just that wire affected number 4. But I will take that out just to show you guys how to change a resistor motor, because that is the resistor. So all it is a simple clip, and then pull out the wiring harness, just like that. Nice and easy. Quite dirty in there and gammy. You can see it starting melting, so that's our problem. So what we're going to need to do at some point is actually snip this off and get a new wiring loom off of a scrap car or something. It's a bit annoying actually, I hadn't noticed that before. It was all working fine, so just going to have to leave that for now. Alright guys, so it's now a couple of days later. I don't know how good the video and footage I recorded beforehand was, but the wiring in the plug next to the resistor motor has, I will put up a picture here, has melted on both the plug and on the wire. On both the plug and the wire. So I'm not very happy with that. So what I've gone and done is I've bought online a new wire, a new harness, It's cost me about £4. If I can find the link, I'll try to pop it below just in case you've got a similar problem. But it also, find the box, it came in a small box like this. Surprised it all fit in there actually. That actually came with the whole new resistor as well. So I'll just show you where it is if I didn't record that on the last bit. To be honest, I can't exactly remember, so I'm sorry if there's a few bits missing in the video that you would have liked to have seen. So I've checked the part numbers. This is similar part, the same part number. I'll put that up on screen now. But yeah, so they're a different colour, granted, not quite the same thickness on a couple of them. We've got, what I'm going to do is go for the way the clip is, how we're going to do it. So that will be snipped. That's what I'm going to do, is just snip that off and then solder that on, solder the new one on with some shrink wrap on it, and then just heat that up and tighten that down. Should all be alright. I'm also not going to put the insulation back in here. It's just for noise reduction and it really doesn't matter. But I'll show you on mine in a second, but it started burning. It started burning when that had got hot. And I think the heat meant to be heat resistant, but it's just going to let a bit more airflow get in there and prevent it causing any fires in the future. Hopefully it will cool it down a bit, so that's my plan. And then we need to just unscrew at the back the heat resistor, and then put the new one in that I've also got, that came in the same pack. I don't think I'll be able to get the soldering on camera, so I'll get back with you guys once I've done it. So I just got back from my brother-in-law's, from where he's been giving me a hand. I'll just show you guys what we've actually ended up doing. So we're all plugged in. We have actually taken the resistor, heater resistor out. It's just a 5mm bolt in there, and then we've rewrapped the wire in. What we decided to do instead is we've just replaced the pin and the wire, trimmed the wire back, and then moved all the wires into the new plug. I'll show you the old one. It's just in this box. No, it isn't. So there's the inside of the old resistor. You can definitely see your issue because we've had the old plug completely melted, and then it's partly melted the resistor as well. Not to mention it was getting a bit rusty and things like that, so probably could have done with a newer one anyway. Yeah, all we've ended up doing is just trimming that down to make the wire shorter to where the wire was all right, soldering on a new pin, and then replacing the plug for all of them. So if I unpin this now, I'll just do that off camera if I can. Oh wait, no, it's alright. Yeah, if I just do that now, all the pins are completely fine now. You can see which wire it was, it's just this thicker brown one was the issue. But yeah, that's all completely fine now, new pin and new plug. And then it's just being plugged up into the heat resistor up here. So, problem sorted. But 1, 2 and 3, if they're not working, chances are it's just the resistor in the back, which we've also replaced, but like I say, it's just a 5mm screw. Take that out and then just pull it out and it should just come undone. Just as simply as I've just shown you guys. With this one, you can see the hole there is just where the screw goes, so it's sitting in just like that. Take out the screw, just remove it, bit of wiggling and that'll just come out, easy to replace. And then it's just these pins that we've had to replace in the end for the actual plug, so it's not been too difficult. But now it's all working, which is a relief. So I'll just give you guys an example and show you the fan all working now. But I'm glad that I got it sorted, and then we just wrapped it up with electrical tape around the outside of the rest of it, so that it's protected from any rubbing or anything like that. So we've done a big layer of electrical tape all the way around it to support it. So here's the, I have already checked it, but here's just the demonstration. Probably can't hear that, but it is working. All 4 are working, so I mean, it's even before I knew they were working, it was what I was expecting anyway. So because obviously that was the issue. But yeah, so pretty simple fix that was. Just a case of trimming down the wire, putting a new piece on the top, and then just inserting it into a new plug, all of the wires into a new plug, and that's all working again now. So if you've had that issue, this or a similar issue, and you're looking how to fix it, that's how. If your 1, 2 and 3, like I say, if your 1, 2 and 3 aren't working, try and change your resistor motor. Just your little resistor, heat resistor. It should be even easier. So just pull the plug out and then unbolt that 5mm, I think it is. So it should be really simple. And then you've got, or just check the wiring on the front as well. Make sure it's all plugged in behind what is my touchscreen head unit, or would be your normal CD player. Just pull that out with some radio keys and just check behind there and all the plugs and make sure that's all alright. But it seems everything seems fine, so fingers crossed we won't have any more issues from now on. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support on the channel, guys. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thank you to my brother-in-law for helping me out.